Hey everybody, Zach Ullman, and I am excited to share my training today. Oh my gosh, this is my life's work. I've put it together to make it fun, to make it exciting. And I'm a finance guy, and finance, taxes, business, all of this stuff, in my opinion, is super fun and it can get super complicated and put you to sleep. And so what I've done is I've wrapped it with a wrapper called adventure. I've wrapped it with a wrapper of, life's an adventure and storytelling, so that I can take the complexity and make it simple. And so what we're going to do over this series is we're going to learn foundational principles that I promise will blow your mind. And the reason I say that is because I spent the last 2 decades learning this stuff myself. I'm a published author, and it used to value publicly traded companies, privately traded companies. I specialize in illiquid assets. I valued everything from human capital to software to, you name it, I valued it. I've done real estate deals, almost every type of real estate deal you can think of. I've bought and sold companies. I live and breathe finance and business and sales and marketing and all of this stuff because it's just so powerful once you learn it. And so, what I'm going to do over the series is I'm going to wrap all of these lessons that are really important for you to understand in a wrapper called adventure. And you can see here's the treasure map that we're going to use, one of many different things. And so, I want to show you what I'm going to be going over in this series. And so, this is the foundation of it. And so the next video is gonna be going over this. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to go over the only two ways to make money. And I promise you, you have never seen this anywhere else. This is all of my personal work. This is 2 decades of trial and error, of learning, of programs, of buying businesses, selling businesses, buying real estate, selling real estate, all of it, right? And training and developing other people. And why I put this together was I know this stuff intimately. I look at numbers, I look at real estate, I look at businesses, and my brain just what it does is it just starts problem solving. And what I found was I thought everyone else could, had that same process. And my coach was like, Zach, they don't. And it's just like this epiphany. It's like you got to bring them with you. And so I put this training together for you to bring you with me so you can have those epiphanies, so you can have those aha moments, so you can actually get what's important in order to make money, in order to have a great life, in order to have all those things that you want, because I promise you it's not what you think. And so all of this information is going to bring you along with me to get you up to speed so you actually know what you got to do. And then what we're going to do is this goes along. These are all of my training tools that I'm going to use to bring you with. And so this is, again, information to help you understand, because here's at the very beginning, right? This is what we're going to do. And I want you guys, hold on here. I want you guys to really listen to this, to learn, right? To understand, because understanding is the principle of all of this. If you just learn it and you can regurgitate it, cool. If you don't understand it, you're not gonna make any money with this. And then from understanding, you gotta go out and put this in practice in the world. And so we're gonna learn to understand, to practice. And so that is how I want you to listen to all of this stuff, right? And so 2 ways to make money, the history of money, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about, that goes with the only 2 ways to make money. We're gonna talk about business and jobs. And again, this is all of my mind, my training. We're going to talk about where are you? Where do you want to go? We're going to talk about what have you tried? Why didn't it work? What are you looking for? This is all important stuff. We're going to talk about what are your currencies in the world of treasure hunting and adventure. This is important. We want to know what are your time allotments each week? How much money, knowledge, and relationships? Because each of these are a currency. We're going to talk about the mastermind matrix. Again, this is something I've created to help people think clearly and to help people critically think and problem solve. And so it starts off with the success matrix, right? In order to understand where you're at and where you want to go, you have to understand where you're at in the success matrix. So I'm going to go through each and every one of these. We're going to go through the commitment matrix because this is important for your training and development. We're going to go over the training and development matrix, right? Where are you in each of these? And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it all together. Again, I promise you, you're not going to find any of this anywhere else. This is my proprietary work. I'm writing 2 books on this right now. And guess what? I'm going to bring it out to the world because I see so many people out there struggling with this. They're buying these programs, they're spending big money, and some of them are ready for it, some of them aren't. And so what this is going to do is this is going to help you make better decisions, right? And then this is the Mac Daddy. This is my brain, right? And so this is number one is uh, type of deal, right? Number two is type of marketing. Number three is type of lead. And number four is type of financing. And so you can see there's a complexity to this type of deal, there's a type of marketing, there's a type of lead, and then there's the type of financing. And all of these depend on each other. And so all of these depend on where you're at, all of these depend on where you're going, all of these depend on your skill set, your resources, your time, your different currencies, your knowledge. And so this is what we're leading up to, right? I call this the it has many different names. I haven't put a name to it yet, but this I call it my brain. And so when I meet with people, this is what's going on in my brain. I'm doing all of these decision making process, and by the end of this, you're going to be able to use this to be able to make decisions and guide your direction, guide the type of deal that each property could be under, guide the type of deal that you could be under, and you're going to be able to create your own training and development program that aligns with where you're at, where do you want to go, so you can actually get the most out of education. Because here's the thing, as I'm going to talk about next, is there's a reason I have all of these. There's a reason we have learn. There's a reason we have make money. There's a reason we have invest in yourself and assets. There's a reason we have community here. There's a reason we have personal development. Everything you're seeing is intentional. There's not one thing that is here on accident. And I'm going to train and develop you over this next series. And we're going to keep adding to this. We're going to get into finance, and get into the whole nitty gritty detail as we continue to develop these series. But if you don't understand the logic base, if you don't understand the critical thinking aspect, the financial aspect is just going to go whoop, right over your head. And so you have to understand why we're making those critical financial decisions. And this is the start of it. So keep listening. Put yourself in a place where it's quiet. Get a pen and paper and listen to learn to understand, and take that understanding and go put it in practice in the world. Looking forward to having this training with you and excited to hear what you're getting out of it. So keep watching, my friend.